Is caste census push Siddaramaiah Sarkars smokescreen for Chinnaswamy Stampedes? The Karnataka government using the caste census re-enumeration as a distraction from the Chinnaswamy Stadium stampede that left 11 dead and over 50 injured as the Siddaramaiah government tries to steer public attention towards caste data and social justice. The timing is impossible to ignore. The Chinnaswamy stampede has dented the Congress government's credibility and administrative image. Whether this renewed push for caste enumeration is an effort to ensure inclusivity or a tactical deflection from a governance failure is a question political voices in Karnataka are now asking aloud. Just days after firefighting public outrage over the mishandling of the IPL celebration event, the Siddaramaiah government has shifted focus to a long-pending issue, the caste census report, which will now be discussed at the cabinet meeting scheduled for June 12. Also read Siddaramaiah government gave conditional nod to RCB's Vidhana Sabha event, anticipated huge crowd. Both Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy CM DK Shivakumar rushed to Delhi to brief the Congress High Command on two fronts: damage control over the Bengaluru tragedy and a way forward on the contentious caste census data. What emerged from the Delhi meeting was a sudden push for re-enumeration, effectively revisiting the caste survey first commissioned in 2015 during Siddaramaiah's first tenure. While the Congress insists this move is to address complaints of exclusion and underrepresentation in the earlier survey, senior officials who have worked closely with the project question the timing and motive. This is clearly deflection tactics. The caste survey has been delayed and dragged long enough. From the time it was conducted, to when it was tabled, and now back under discussion. The fact that Congress leaders in Delhi have asked for a reassessment shows they're shifting focus away from the Chinnaswamy mishap, said a senior official in the know of the developments. Confusion reigns even among those involved in the survey. Some officials say the Congress has accepted the 2015 report in principle, while simultaneously planning a resurvey. Why spend another Rs 200,250 crore of public money? One official asked. At the Delhi meeting, attended by Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi, Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar, the leadership agreed to go ahead with a re-enumeration exercise within a time frame of 6,090 days. AICC General Secretary K.C. Venugopal told the media that the process would be fast-tracked and that the party was keen to ensure all sections felt included. Former Backward Classes Commission Chairman C.S. Dwarakanath questioned how the census will be conducted, given that now it is in the submission stage where it has to be debated in the cabinet. It is a marathon exercise that requires over 1 lakh people to be involved, he said. Rs 167 crore was spent on the caste survey, and if it needs to be conducted again, then it would require more funds and also needs to be done scientifically, including an ethnographic study, collection of empirical data, and gathering of secondary sources of information. All this has to be done in a scientific manner, but would it be possible to do all this in a time frame of 6,090 days, he questioned. Also read Raj Bhavan disputes CMS no role claim, says Siddaramaiah invited governor to RCB event. A senior official connected with the caste census report offered a more nuanced view. There are two parallel ideas at play. On one hand, the party has accepted the report's recommendations in principle. But since the original data is now nearly a decade old, and a caste census is ideally conducted every 10 years, there's also a strong argument to refresh the numbers. Let's wait till the cabinet decision. However, the stampede incident was also discussed. Venugopal said the state government had briefed the party about the June 4 stampede at the Chinnaswamy Stadium during Royal Challengers Bengaluru IPL victory celebration. We are deeply concerned about every human life. The government has already ordered a judicial probe, he said. However, both the party and Siddaramaiah himself have distanced themselves from the specifics of the tragedy, with the chief minister stating he wasn't involved in organizing the event and had been informed late about the crowd surge. Meanwhile, Shivakumar said the resurvey will be done in a way that no community feels sidelined. Those who felt left out earlier will be given another opportunity, he said, adding that the cabinet would plan the re-enumeration process to ensure fair representation for all. The original 2015 caste survey had triggered major political friction. Once submitted formally this April, the report deepened rifts between dominant communities like the Phakaligas and Virashaivalingayats and various OBC groups. It proposed restructuring the existing 5 caste categories into 6 and suggested scrapping creamy layer exemptions for castes in Category 1, the most backward. This didn't go down well within the Congress either, with Phakaliga and Lingaya leaders alleging their communities were undercounted. The Congress government had also launched a parallel initiative for internal reservation among scheduled castes. On May 5, the state began a fresh enumeration of 101 SC subcastes, involving over 65,000 school teachers and data collection camps. The process is aimed at restructuring reservation within ESC similar to the model adopted by Congress-ruled Telangana to ensure more equitable distribution of benefits among the most disadvantaged groups. Justice H. N. Nagamohan Das, who heads the internal reservation panel, flagged challenges with this door-to-door survey. Many poor households were unwilling to reveal their subcastes or were unaware of them entirely. So far, the internal reservation survey has covered 19.55 lakh of the estimated 25.72 lakh SC households. Special camps were held between May 26 and 28 to cover more ground. The Commission aims to complete the process soon and submit its report within 2 months. The caste census has long been a political minefield in Karnataka. The Congress has faced repeated flack over delays in tabling the report and pushing back cabinet-level discussions. Siddaramaiah had earlier said the recommendations of the Backward Classes Commission would be implemented, but his remarks were met with sharp resistance from dominant communities. Political analyst Sandeep Shastri said it clearly is deflection tactics. By focusing on this, you are trying to deflect attention from the charges of corruption and the mishandling and refusal to take political accountability in the recent Chinnaswamy Stadium stampede. It also represents the multiple layers of contradictions the Congress party and its cabinet face. We have a chief minister who wants to focus on the empowerment of the non-dominant OBCs and the presence of dormant caste groups and their representatives who cannot let down their communities, he added. Swipe left for next video. He also pointed out that the decision taken by the government by letting heads roll in the police force has long-term ramifications. In the process, you've done something that can be damaging in the long term by demoralizing the police force, fixing accountability on them, and suspending all India Services officers. That has never happened in any state, Shastri said. He recalled how former Karnataka Chief Minister Bangarappa had once suspended Karnataka Chief Secretary Shankar Narayan for calling him unreliable, but such a move against the police has never happened in any state on such grounds. The move on the caste census, he said, is clearly meant to shift focus away from this political mismanagement. Latest blogs